Spring gobbler season rewards hunters who show up prepared, and the right gear can be the difference between a bird strutting into range or busting you the second you shift your weight. I dug through thousands of real hunter reviews to rank the 9 best pieces of turkey hunting gear available right now, starting with the lowest review count and building all the way to the most trusted pick on the market. Links to everything are in the description. Let's get started. Starting the list at number 9, this combo kit earns its spot by giving beginning turkey hunters 3 calls in one package instead of forcing them to buy separately. The set includes a handmade box call with a cherry bottom and maple lid, a glass friction pan call with a carbon striker, and a 2-reed diaphragm call built with double-split latex for extra rasp. All 3 pieces are designed to hold up in wet weather, and the box call comes with an elastic strap so it stays quiet while you're moving through the woods. Hunters using this kit have had real success calling birds in. One reviewer said he'd brought in several birds using the calls and was impressed with how easy they were to pick up. A hunter learning to call for the first time described the box call working right out of the package, while admitting the diaphragm call took more practice before it clicked. Once he got the hang of it, though, he said it worked like a charm. Another buyer called it a solid option for anyone just getting into turkey hunting, giving them a real shot at success in the woods. The honest picture is that opinions on sound quality are split. Some hunters think the calls sound great and consistent, while others were less impressed with the tone. At 437 reviews, it's the newest kit on this list in terms of building a track record, which is exactly why it sits at number 9. The next product on our list already has close to double the reviews and adds a completely different kind of value to your setup, bringing birds not with sound, but with sight. Number 8 is the Avian X Breeder Hen, and this decoy jumps ahead of the calling kit by tackling a completely different part of the turkey hunting puzzle: visual attraction. The LCD, or lifelike collapsible decoy, design uses a Dura rubber body that folds down into a compact carry bag but pops back up without creasing or denting in the field. The posture is specifically designed to signal to a gobbler that this hen is ready to breed, which plays directly into a tom's biggest priority every spring. The realism on this decoy has genuinely fooled birds in the field. One hunter said he has turkeys living in his yard that couldn't tell the decoy apart from their own flock. Another hunter had 2 hens walk right up to it while a tom trailed behind, eventually strutting in and giving him a clean shot with an 18.5-pound bird sporting an 8-inch beard. A third buyer said birds have locked onto it from a distance and committed, which is exactly the kind of confidence you want before a hunt. The setup is simple too. You inflate it and connect it to a collapsible carbon stake that comes with a carry bag. Some hunters recommend bringing a small pump since it doesn't arrive fully inflated. 50 or more hunters picked this decoy up in the last month alone, and it currently sits at 660 reviews. The complaints are minor. A couple of buyers had trouble with a stake breaking or arriving missing, though replacements were available. Still, at 660 reviews, it hasn't yet built the kind of track record our next product has already established with a completely different category of gear. One that's about seeing your target with pinpoint accuracy rather than luring it in. Number 7 is the Revasri rangefinder, and it more than triples the review count of the Avian X decoy while adding a completely different function to your turkey vest. This rangefinder gives you 7 measurement modes, including standard ranging, continuous scan, speed measurement, and a 2-point height measurement mode, all while running on a rechargeable built-in battery so you never have to worry about swapping out coin cells in the field. Hunters have leaned on this rangefinder specifically for turkey and deer season. One buyer used it across a full range of winter hunting conditions from 16 to 40 degrees in snow and mist, and said it stayed accurate and reliable the whole time. Another hunter called it just as good as name-brand rangefinders that cost significantly more, saying it performed exactly the same in the field. A third reviewer said it held a charge for a long time and delivered consistently accurate readings, all while being simple enough to use one-handed. The rechargeable USB-C charging setup was a standout feature for several buyers since it matches the charging cables most people already carry for other devices. The compact size also means it tucks easily into a vest pocket without adding bulk. The honest side, a few buyers found the display hard to read in low light since the readout appears dark against a dark background when ranging a target in shade. A couple of reviewers also mentioned the learning curve for switching between yards and meters took a few tries to get comfortable with. 2,000 or more hunters bought this rangefinder in the past month, and it currently holds 2,463 reviews. That's a big number, but our next product just barely edges it out while adding something this rangefinder can't offer: comfort, warmth, and concealment, all rolled into one purchase. Number 6 is the Tidewee fleece-lined hunting suit, narrowly beating out the Revasri rangefinder on review count while covering a completely different need, keeping you warm, dry, and quiet through long sits. This jacket and pants combo uses a water-resistant, breathable exterior with a fleece lining underneath, along with magnet buckle closures designed specifically to reduce noise while you're moving through the woods. The set has held up in real hunting conditions across a wide range of temperatures. One buyer wore it through 4 hunts in temperatures from 16 to 40 degrees in both snow and mist, and said it kept him warm and dry the entire time while resisting brambles well. Another hunter said the material didn't make the crinkling or popping sound you get from cheaper rain gear when raindrops hit it, which matters when a tom is close enough to hear anything. A third reviewer sat out in the snow for 7 hours in 24-degree weather and stayed comfortably warm the whole time, while noting the fabric truly kept water from soaking through. 9 total pockets across the jacket and pants give you plenty of room for calls, gloves, and other gear you need within reach. The suit is also built with a safety harness strap opening on the back for tree stand use, extending its usefulness beyond just turkey season. The main complaint across reviews is sizing, particularly with the pants running smaller than the jackets. Several buyers recommend sizing up on the pants specifically if you're between sizes. Despite that, the suit currently holds 2,498 reviews. Coming in right behind it with barely more reviews is a completely different category of gear, one that doesn't just keep you warm, it hides you entirely from a bird's sharp eyesight. Number 5 is the Tidewee 270-degree hunting blind, edging out the fleece-lined suit while solving one of the biggest challenges in turkey hunting, staying completely hidden while still being able to see your target. This pop-up blind uses 3 full panels of one-way mesh, giving you a wide field of view from the inside while remaining invisible from the outside. The noise-free sliding windows let you adjust your shooting lanes without alerting nearby birds. Real hunters have put this blind through genuine field conditions. One hunter with 40 years of experience, who had never hunted from a blind before, said it surpassed his expectations, noting you can see out well enough while the openings completely block anyone from seeing in. Another buyer used it specifically to take his 6-year-old daughter hunting despite her fidgeting, and she got her first turkey from inside it. A third hunter said deer and turkey walked within 5 feet of the blind without ever noticing him inside, calling it effective once game gets used to it being in the same spot. The blind comes in 3 sizes, from a 1 to 2 person setup up to a 4-person model, and includes a carrying bag with the frame made from reinforced metal hubs and fiberglass support poles. The honest feedback includes some durability concerns after extended sun exposure, with a few buyers noting the fabric faded and became brittle after multiple seasons left outside. Setup also has a learning curve for some, though most found it easy after the first attempt. At 2,594 reviews, it's a proven blind. The next product on this list nearly reaches double that review count, and it does something no blind or clothing item can: it disappears your entire setup into the landscape around you. Number 4 is the Yacool camo netting, and this product jumps well ahead of the blind in review count while offering a completely different kind of concealment. Rather than building a structure around you, this lightweight polyester netting drapes over anything, your blind, your vehicle, your tree stand, or your own body, to break up your outline in the field. The double-layer 3D leaf pattern design is treated to reduce shine and glare, and hunters can soak it in water with hunting detergent to eliminate any rustling noise before a hunt. Hunters have found genuinely creative and effective uses for this netting. One buyer turned it into a makeshift leaf suit using wire ties to create sleeves, saying it gave him concealment comparable to the leaf suits used by Special Forces operators he'd seen in combat footage. Another hunter used it to camouflage a hunting boat and blind gear stashed near a field, saying it blended in seamlessly with the surrounding brush. A third buyer used multiple layers of it to cover a duck yard and said it worked perfectly for both shade and concealment. The netting can be cut to any size and secured with zip ties, and it's sold in a wide range of colors and sizes to match almost any environment, from woodland camo to digital desert patterns. The trade-off here is durability under heavy sun exposure. A few buyers noted the material became brittle within about a year of being left outdoors in direct sunlight, and it's a lighter weight fabric than some heavier-duty nets on the market. 2,000 or more hunters picked this netting up in the past month, and it currently sits at 3,073 reviews. The next product on our list nearly doubles that number, and it does it with a tool that doesn't just hide you, it actively brings birds toward you. Number 3 is the Primos Crow Call, and it leaps well ahead of the camo netting by tackling something completely different: locating a gobbler before you ever move a muscle. This crow call is a classic turkey hunting locator tool, since a shock gobble in response to a crow call can reveal exactly where a tom is roosted without you needing to call like a hen and risk spooking him early. Turkey hunters specifically credit this call with locating birds fast. One hunter said it got turkeys gobbling almost immediately after just a few calls, especially in the early morning, and noted it was reliable without any squeaking or struggling to produce a clean tone. Another buyer said it called birds in within minutes of using it and was simple enough to pick up without any real learning curve. A hunter comparing it to the more expensive Power Crow model from the same brand said this version had better sound quality overall, even though it took some practice to get the tone exactly right. The call includes a lanyard attachment point so it can hang around your neck for quick access, and it's compact enough to carry all day without adding bulk to a hunting vest. The mixed feedback comes down to skill level. A few buyers pointed out that without practice, the call can sound more like a toy horn than a real crow, and getting a convincing sound requires learning proper technique with your voice and hand positioning over the bell. 2,000 or more hunters bought this call in the past month, and it currently holds 4,552 reviews, making it the top seller in its category. The next product on our list edges out the crow call by nearly 300 reviews, and it solves a completely different problem. C, making sure a sharp-eyed Tom never spots your face in the first place. Number 2 is the HME Camo Face Paint Stick, narrowly outpacing the Primo's crow call in total reviews while covering a piece of turkey hunting that's easy to overlook until you're staring down a gobbler at 15 yards, concealing your face. Turkeys have incredible eyesight, and an exposed face is one of the fastest ways to get busted. This 3-color stick applies directly to skin with a twist-up, mess-free design, so there's no need for a separate brush or sponge. Hunters have found it genuinely convenient for quick application in the field. One buyer said it was easy to apply on her husband's skin and worked well whether it was for hunting or a costume. A duck hunter who keeps it in his pocket said it's a fast option to put on in the bush when you need to blend in quickly, even if the container itself is smaller than expected. Another reviewer said the 3 colors gave him excellent versatility across different hunting environments, applying smoothly and staying in place through a full day outdoors even in challenging weather. Removability was another highlight for buyers, with several noting it wipes off easily with a warm washcloth or baby wipes at the end of a hunt, which matters when you're heading straight from the woods into the rest of your day. The most common complaint is size, with more than one buyer describing the stick as smaller than expected, closer to a chapstick than a full-size makeup stick. A few hunters also mentioned it can come loose from its holder if jostled around in a pocket or pack. 2,000 or more hunters bought this face paint in the past month, and it currently sits at 4,821 reviews with a strong 4.5-star average. But our number 1 pick doesn't just edge this out, it blows past it with over 6,000 reviews, and it tackles the part of turkey hunting that happens after the shot. Number 1 on our list is the Mossy Oak Field Dressing Kit, and with over 6,000 reviews, it decisively beats every other product we've covered. This 8-piece set is built for the moment after your hunt succeeds, giving you everything you need to process game in the field. It includes a wood and bone saw with a blunt hooked tip designed to avoid puncturing the bladder or intestines, a caping knife for smaller game and finer detail work, a gut hook skinner, a boning knife, a brisket spreader, a tungsten carbide sharpener, and a pair of red game cleaning gloves, all housed in one compact case. Hunters have used this kit to process everything from turkey to deer with consistent praise. One buyer with 25 years of commercial kitchen experience processed an entire deer from field to freezer using only this kit, saying every knife performed exactly as needed without any feeling of being under-equipped, and he specifically praised the caping knife and bone saw for field dressing work. Another hunter called the skinning knife his most used tool in the set and said it worked very well for the price point. A third buyer said the knives arrived sharp right out of the box and that he used every single tool included in the kit while processing his first deer. The kit has also become a popular gift, with multiple buyers picking it up specifically for Father's Day or as a Christmas present for a hunter in their life, and reviewers consistently note the recipients were thrilled with the quality. The main complaints center on the plastic case lacking drain holes, which a few buyers solved by drilling extra holes themselves, along with occasional concerns about handle durability over long-term heavy use. 200 or more hunters bought this kit in the past month, and with 6,005 reviews and a 4.7-star average, it stands as the most trusted and validated piece of gear on this entire list.